Following the Indian subcontinent's initial foray into imperial rule, the decline of the Mauryans saw the reversion of the area into fragmented, smaller, autonomous rulerships. Yet, amidst this dissolution, one kingdom in the north stood poised to ignite an era of unparalleled flourishing and cultural renaissance. Hello, and welcome to Impactful Moments, where we explore some of the most, you guessed it, impactful moments in human history. If history is your thing, or you simply enjoy learning new topics, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us to continue creating captivating, impactful historical content. In this video, we will discuss the Gupta Empire and the Golden Age of India. During the reign of the Mauryans, particularly under the influential rule of Ashoka, the Indian subcontinent witnessed the establishment of its first significant empire, fostering the dissemination of Buddhism, advocating religious tolerance, and attempting to minimize warfare and conquest wherever feasible. Following the empire's decline around 180 BCE, smaller empires such as the Shunga across northern India and the Kushan, who primarily ruled in territories northwest of the Indian subcontinent, rose to power. By the 3rd century, the region had fractured into numerous smaller kingdoms, capping off several centuries of less centralized and more regionalized rulerships. In the early 3rd century CE, in this landscape of regional autonomy, one kingdom, led by Shrigupta or simply Gupta, began consolidating power in the northern Indian subcontinent. While historians date Shrigupta's rule from approximately 240 to 280 CE, the exact locale of his reign remains a subject of debate, with some historians suggesting Bengal, while others argue for modern-day Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Shrigupta was succeeded by his son Ghatotkacha, who continued the kingdom's gradual expansion until roughly 319 CE. Both Gupta and Ghatotkacha were acknowledged as Maharajas, or kings, inscribed on the revered Allahabad pillar, an ancient artifact dating back to the Mauryan Dynasty. The rise of Ghatotkacha's son, Chandragupta I, marked the inception of the Gupta Empire in earnest. Not to be confused with the founder of the Mauryan Dynasty, who went by the same name, Chandragupta ascended as the empire's first truly powerful ruler, obtaining the title Maharaja de Raja, or King of Kings, exceeding the titles of his predecessors. He established the imperial capital in Pataliputra and expanded Gupta dominance across northern India through strategic alliances, including his marriage with the Lishavi princess Kumara Devi, which bolstered his wealth and helped increase his influence. There are historical questions regarding Chandragupta's successor, with ancient coins pointing to a mysterious ruler named Kacha. While some posit Kacha as Chandragupta's eldest son, others contend that it may have been an alternate name for Samudragupta, who is commonly regarded as Chandragupta's successor. Samudragupta's rule until 375 witnessed significant growth in Gupta's influence and power, characterized by extensive territorial expansion across northern and central India. Revered as the Napoleon of India, Samudragupta is reputed to have subjugated 9 northern kings and compelled all the kings of the central forest into servitude. Despite his military expansionist exploits, Samudragupta championed a multifaceted empire, emphasizing philanthropy, efficient governance, and a focus on education and artistic endeavors. His reign was marked by religious tolerance and cultural enrichment, indicative of a benevolent king. Following Samudragupta's demise, a conflict erupted between his sons, Ramagupta and Chandragupta II. While Ramagupta initially ruled, his behavior and treatment of his queen, Dhruva Devi, who was given over to the Scythian king to maintain peace, angered the country and his younger brother, Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II rescued the queen, assassinated the Scythian king, and ultimately overthrew and killed his older brother, ascending to the throne under the title Vikramaditya, or Victory of the Sun. Under Chandragupta II's reign, the Gupta boundaries expanded to its greatest extent, as he conquered the Shakas along the coast of the Arabian Sea. At its zenith, the empire spanned from Bengal in the east to Balkh, which served as the capital of Bactria in modern-day Afghanistan, in the west, and from the Himalayas in the north to the Godavari River in the south. Emulating the benevolent governance of Ashoka, Chandragupta II instituted social welfare initiatives, including hospitals, orphanages, and rest houses for travelers, fostering an era of religious tolerance as well as a cultural renaissance. After Chandragupta II's death, his son, Kumaragupta, continued the empire's stronghold in the area, notably establishing Nalanda, one of the most prestigious centers of learning of the antiquities. However, at the end of Kumaragupta's reign, certain historical records note that there may have been an internal war over the Gupta succession. Records point to Govindagupta, Kumaragupta's brother, and Ghatotkacha Gupta, a more distant relative, and coins point to Prakashaditya, of unknown background, as individuals who attempted to assume power. However, Skandagupta, one of Kumaragupta's sons, ultimately seized power, likely through force. The distractions of this succession, however, may have opened the door to significant threats from tribes such as the Pushyamitras and Central Asian factions like the Kidarites, Hephthalites, Alkan Huns, and Nizak Huns, who were likely related to the Huns that invaded Europe at roughly the same time. Skandagupta repelled these invasions, but at a significant cost to the empire, as it drained the Gupta resources, possibly precipitating the empire's decline. Skandagupta's demise in 467 is often seen as the beginning of the end for the Gupta Empire. A succession of weaker monarchs faced relentless assaults from the Alkan Huns, led by Mihirakula, who destroyed Buddhist temples, monasteries, and whose cruel conquests helped him acquire significant lands throughout India. The Alkan conquests were eventually stopped by the joint forces of the Malwa king Yashodharman, the Guptas, and possibly several other kingdoms, but not before the damage was done. The Gupta Empire had been fragmented into several dynasties which no longer relied on Gupta imperial rule. The Gupta Empire's unification of India brought a period of stability and efficient administrative governance to the subcontinent, marking a significant departure from the preceding era of smaller empires and political fragmentation. Under the Gupta rulers, outside of political dominance, India experienced a renaissance of sorts, characterized by a resurgence of Sanskrit language and literature, as well as a flourishing of art and architecture. Sanskrit, which had declined in usage during the preceding centuries, experienced a revival as the lingua franca of culture, learning, and religious texts, contributing to a sense of cultural cohesion and identity across the empire. During the Gupta era, significant strides were made in mathematics, science, and literature, laying the groundwork for India's intellectual and cultural legacy. Pilgrims, such as the Chinese Faixian, who journeyed to India during this period, provided invaluable accounts of the empire's societal and religious landscape, enriching our understanding of Gupta-era culture and governance. However, despite the Gupta Empire's remarkable cultural and intellectual achievements, its decline heralded a return to regional kingdoms, albeit with a more robust sense of cultural unity and identity forged during the Gupta era. While political fragmentation persisted, the enduring legacy of Gupta art, literature, and administrative systems continued to exert a profound influence on the culture of India for centuries to come. While the Gupta Empire's political and historical significance cannot be overstated, its most recognizable global legacy lies primarily in its scientific, cultural, and religious contributions. These have had profound and far-reaching impacts on the world, shaping the course of human knowledge, culture, and religion. The Gupta Empire introduced foundational elements within the development of mathematics and astronomy. Aryabhata, a renowned Guptan mathematician and astronomer, made groundbreaking mathematical observations in trigonometry and the irrationality of pi, and provided early insights into the scientific concepts such as the Earth's rotation, as well as describing some nascent concepts of gravity. His seminal work, the Surya Siddhanta, laid the groundwork for Arabic mathematics several centuries later, influencing the evolution of mathematical thought worldwide. In addition to its contributions to mathematics and astronomy, the Gupta Empire fostered a golden age of literature and religious thought. Renowned poets like Kalidasa, often hailed as the Shakespeare of India, produced timeless Indian literary masterpieces, such as Raghuvansha, Religious literary masterpieces such as the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and the Puranas, which continue to shape Hindu religious and cultural identity to this day, were also compiled from more oral transmissions to their written form during the Gupta rule. Gupta contributions also extended to include the realm of art and leisure. Countless religious statues, such as those in the Ajanta Caves, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, can be found across the lands of the empire. The empire even produced what is considered to be the earliest documented form of chess, known as chaturanga, which laid the groundwork for the development of the modern game. Collectively, these contributions speak volumes about both the immediate as well as the enduring contributions that the Gupta have provided to humanity. I hope you enjoyed this video and found this period in history both informative and enlightening. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you can join us for another video. Thanks for watching.